Hey, much respect to y'all boys for real. I ain't gonna keep you too long. I just want you to emphasize a little bit. I know Young Elder dropped a video about the you and him talked about the Gullah Wars. I ain't get to check it out yet. I gotta do some homework. But can you like break that down just a little bit for me?
So the Gullah Wars was the wars that was started against the natives of the land and the Spanish first. The Spanish was trying to
Right.
just come in as conquistadors and buffalo us out our shit. So the chiefs in the land of flowers sent out an SOS across the land. Everybody from every tribe sent warriors to fight. Right? We came from all parts of the land. They wanted to think that they just came over here, set up shop, and we didn't say nothing.
Right. Right.
The Gullah Wars never ended. It went from being a physical war with bloodshed, where both sides was reaching critical points of no return in a stock of people. So, okay, in order for us to be able to preserve the tribes of the land, we agreed to go into the Conjure War.
Right.
The Conjure War was a 200-year miseducation campaign based off Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike. They didn't believe that we would remember. I remember you after 200 years that we was already here. It's known as the George Washington Challenge in the Masonic Lodge. The George Washington is not who we think he is. They stole the real George Washington name, who was born in Barbados. The real George Washington. They put a fictitious George Washington in his place, and I'm gonna tell you how you can tell them apart. When they talking about the one born in Barbados, he looked like us.
Okay.
When they talk about the one born in Virginia or the one born in France, because they use two different birthplaces for Albert Pike. They don't never take photographs of George Washington, but they got photographs of Albert Pike. Yeah. They have us believing that the camera is less than 100 years old. But they pulling up pictures that's at least 200 years old. Mm-hmm. They got a picture of somebody taking a picture of the first camera being created. I don't understand how that shit works. Who took the goddamn picture?
I'm saying, man.
Right, so when we talk about the Seminole Wars, that's how it's told from the conquerors. When we call them the Gullah Wars or the Geechee Wars or the Gullah Geechee Wars, we talking about from our angle, this is what we seen.
Okay.
Whole tribes left their villages. This is why they say the Pueblo just popped up and disappeared. Mm-hmm. We ain't never disappeared off this bitch. We been here, gonna be here.
That's right.
Remember Tupac said we ain't never leaving this bitch. We ain't never walking off this motherfucker unless y'all choose to.
And you want to know what's crazy? I grew up around a lot of like Haitian people, and they even said like when I got a homeboy at work, I was telling him, I said, look, y'all the only ones that really got a conjure open. He was eating his food, and once I said that, he stopped and looked at me like, you know, some other people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of the Haitians are aware, like you said, like, man, you've been saying this for a while now, and I'm surprised that they're really just now finding out.
Hey, look, when I found Bookman, I thought all I needed was the priestess who was sacrificed. But I know everybody who got an open conjure had to come back to close the conjure.
Right.
The brother sent me this last year. I didn't know when he sent me this, he was the Bookman. I didn't. So when the sister told me she found the Bookman, sent me to him, I'm not even making the connection. It's the same person.
Right.
Right. So I'm sitting here, I'm listening to him like, hey, he sound like he could be the Bookman. So I told her, I say, ask him about his birthmarks. Because this is the signature that's gonna tell who he is.
Right.
She came back with the answer. I said, I need to talk to him. As soon as I got on the phone with him, first thing he asked me about, now I'm not knowing it's the same person, is this.
Look, hit you almost over a little over a year later. That's crazy. That's because and that's one thing I had commented like a week ago. That's why I love life, because a lot of these things may not make sense, but hey, be patient and the pieces will just keep popping out at you.
That's what Big Mama always tells me. She said, don't worry about it. When the time comes, the piece gonna be there. Now
And
look,
yeah.
there's another brother Turk made this piece for me. This is one of my favorites right here.
Oh yeah, Gorilla Rod. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and add the extensions on so I can wear it.
So
That's one of my favorite pieces.
I want to say roughly about almost 2 years ago was when like I really just started like one day my grandmother was just babbling on and she's like we got native in our blood, and I made the connection to, even though like it's still different like I'm mixed. So my mom is from like Polish descent, but my dad's side was from here. So but on my mom's side, my grandfather had this dream catcher, right?
Oh
And
shit.
it came with that rain stick over there. And after he passed away, he kind of like passed it down to me. But like even though he wasn't like all right, so he is a part of my like mom's bloodline, but I just made the connection. You know, I had to make the connection. And also what was crazy was before I really like was searching for like myself and stuff like that, I had got caught up with the Hebrews and them boys, and I was just like, I'm such a loving person. Like I can't look at certain people like that. So that's when Big Mama started. Hey, look, now you got to figure this out. And then literally, I want to say around the same time I was finding all this stuff out, I see you on literally on the explore page outside breaking down. Hey, time is up. You motherfuckers is done. And I'm like, what's this OG talking about? And then I had found you through Reza Islam, and then man.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've just been doing hardcore work, and I still feel like I'm not even done, because I know that, like, man, a lot of people are not aware right now, and that's what we're just trying to do.
That's it. But just the more people become aware, when certain stuff happen, it'll make sense to them. They won't be panic stricken, because we've been taught to be scared of every goddamn thing. So we running around this bitch shaking at the fucking knees.
Yep.
Man, fuck that shit. Strap your nuts on, put your spine back in.
Hey,
you know?
Hey, and that's what I'm thankful that you just said that, because I was doing a lot of reflecting. I'm like, man, how can I make an impact? So growing up, I used to be a real fat boy. I used to get bullied a lot, and then I changed it, and then I was like, you know what? I realized even for bloodlines, like when I tapped in, my family's full of guardians and caretakers. So it's like, okay, I gotta get the niggas who to really, like you said, hold their nuts and get ready. Hey, man, we gotta protect these children and these women and our land.
That's the first order of business, is protect the children. Second order of business is protect the women. The reason why the children first, because the women is surrounding the children.
Yes, sir.
And we surround the women.
And the elders.
Yeah.
And the elders too.
Yeah. The elders is the one that's gonna give us the purified information, gonna bypass the bullshit.
Right.
So we had to establish a new council of elders. That's why we had to go through this drawn out continuity of government shit, because we got to make sure we got all of the elders in their right place.
Yes,
They fucked up. They let me live to get to 50. They fucked up. I'm not Garvey. You won't kill me at 53, bitch. I'm about to run this bitch.
Yes, sir. And I didn't thoroughly look through, but I was going back on your Facebook, just getting some old well, I shouldn't say old knowledge, because what is time, you know, but some of the gems you was dropping back then, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, he's really been on it.
Yeah. If you really go back to the earlier videos I was doing, you can actually see me learning new shit, correcting old shit as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't know because they haven't been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I appreciate you, young guy. I'm about to take another caller, because I'm going to end this video after the next. I'm going to take a sister this time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone doing the work. Hey, man, bless y'all. For real. We up, man.
All right. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
He look just like my nephew. Well, it's all brothers today. What's up, Dad? What's going on with you? Where you calling from?
Right in Pennsylvania.
Right in Pennsylvania. You right over there by. We was just talking about Pennsylvania, Philadelphia earlier. Yeah. You feel the energy in the air over there?
Yup.
I be looking up in the sky and I be seeing it looked like energy just pouring in.
You a seer. You're a seer. That's what's up. What you want to talk about today?
Can you tell me about well, I'll just tell you about me. Uh my last name, you got anything on that? Gunter? Gunter?
So look, y'all got kindred clans. Gunther, Gutter, Gullah, all traced back to the Gullah Wars. The family had to split up to take different parts of the land, and that's why they got the name variant. It's a name variant for a tribe. Y'all was warriors, first rank warriors, like Marines, first in the battle.
Yeah. My dad was a
Yeah.
Marine. So that like
It
rings a bell.
makes sense. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense to me because you're gonna gravitate toward what your genetics is in a lifetime. I actually signed up to be a Marine, and they told me so. They didn't want me to take over from the inside. Yeah,
Uh
I'm reading your energy. You got some strong ass energy coming through. Yeah, you in the loop. You in the loop.
yeah, man. I know. And the thing is, I see it shifting. I see it, and it's all good. Everything is chilling.
Yeah, we got to get
Um,
out of that fear shit. Ain't none of that
exactly.
bad shit. We finna stop all that. All that bad shit they keep trying to take them. We ain't finna experience none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but and I'm trying to figure out. A lot of people they seem like they out of the loop, but it's cool. All we could do is try to get everybody in on the loop, and that's just all you could do.
Yeah. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking. Keep spreading the information. We ain't from no goddamn
All
other
right,
place other than where we at. Just where we from. Anybody else
exactly.
insisting that
The indigenous.
anybody
Yeah.
insisting that you're the descendant of a slave is your sworn enemy because he's trying to tell you that you're something you're not. He don't even know it most of the time.
The goal, I think, the goal is we got to get everybody to a level. The people that we can get to a level of, we from here, we been here, since
Gonna be
here to
here.
be here, and that's just it. And the woman and the child and the family come first, and that's it. We need to get to that point, and they don't see that. But
Well, they
it's
seeing it now.
most definitely, most
It's
definitely.
start. It's being seen now because I'm seeing residuals. I'm seeing other people who don't know me from Iraq and Iraq. They're saying the exact same shit I'm saying, but they wasn't visible 3 years ago.
And I be asking to really, like close off these ties. Not even asking like these ties is cut off, but I be trying to go in the right direction, and I take your advice and stuff. So I try to go in a direction, and it was almost like I'm doing the right thing, but it just like it ain't work out.
Well, one thing about it, if you get confused, go walk barefooted on the earth, get grounded to the earth, and ask Big Mama what to do. You gonna know. Sometimes the obstacle is the way. Without the resistance, you won't know you're going in the right direction. The resistance shows you that you're moving in the right direction. Because if you're going somewhere that don't nobody care if you're going, it ain't gonna be no resistance there because don't nobody give a fuck. Yeah.
But here we got it. It's all good. A lot of things. I know a lot of people benefited last month. The people that needed what they needed, they got it.
It's a lot of stuff that's picking up real fast. It's picking up so fast that it's like, um, it's almost impossible to miss it now. It's almost everywhere you go. One of us is saying, I ain't from no goddamn Africa, I'm from here. right? So there's people coming out the woodworks putting this shit on the floor. I've been saying the same thing. My message ain't changed. Raise the matriarchy, overthrow these rogue patriarchs, put the power where the power go, and the system to run the way it's supposed to run to give everybody heaven on earth.
And that's
that
it.
Was,
just record that, just give it to everybody, and that's it. And if they can't understand that, then
yeah.
But we'll get everybody to that level.
Yeah. All right, God, I'm gonna take another caller. Hopefully, a sister to chime in now, because I like to end with some divine feminine energy in here. But you keep absorbing that motherfucking solar rays and stay grounded to the earth, and you be all right.
Definitely right. All right.
All right. Peace, God. So somebody asked in the comments about the last name Goldsmith. Goldsmith absorbed another family that used to be called Silversmith. They don't exist no more. If they do, they so small in number, but they was jewelers. And they are kindreds to the iron workers, which we call the Smiths, the blacksmiths. All of them were ones who worked with metals and fire. Oh man, I be smoking every strain I can get my hands on. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Where you calling from?
I'm in Germantown, Maryland right now.
And where?
Germantown, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, not far from Baltimore, kind of in between Baltimore, DC. You can hear me?
Yeah, you glitching, but I can barely hear you.
Headpiece up. All right.
Yeah, see how they froze her up.
Apparently that didn't work too well. All right. All right, hold on. Maybe because I'm outside. I need to come inside. Is that better than I can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had a couple of things because everybody's been talking about this Kanye West stuff, and I've listened to you since the beginning, and picking up a lot of the pieces, and so I remember a lot of stuff that you've been saying, like with the white, it's right, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
So, with now the thing with this White Lives Matter shirt.
So Earth, you see us human beings walking around on Earth, but the gods inhabit physical bodies to have a human experience on Earth. Earth is what you call a cosmic university. This chapter that we going through is called misery. All our pain and suffering has a side effect in the energy system. It's like a video game. The more of the misery we can take, the more of the pre-karma we build up. So the strongest of the strong are the ones who was at the bottom. But sooner or later, they got to rise back up to the top.
Right.
Right? Because the strongest have to be at the bottom to hold it up until it's about to be changed over. Then the strong got to take the lead. Right? It's like a system. This is what the secret societies do, their rituals to harness the energy of the system. By having you contribute your psychic energy to the egregores they create, you give them permission to control you. These egregores is expressed to us in the 3D world as contracts. Figments of the imagination. How the fuck a piece of paper gonna tell you who you is? Right? So the egregore, though, that the birth certificate validates that this is you. But what if you got switched at birth? You still gonna have the same birth certificate. Right? But you somebody else with that birth certificate and that name. So you got switched at birth. So your DNA ain't gonna match. All this shit is about blood and it's about rights. And the system is played according to the ones who rise up in the families with the blood and the right to exercise their jurisdiction. Right? It's a self-realization process. By learning who you are without nobody having to tell you, without no DNA test, just from the perception of what you've been taught through your family lineage. And then you use that as the first frame of reference to see the world. My mama made it clear to me from a little bitty boy that we wasn't from Africa. Right? She told me about our birthrights. I don't need nobody to tell me that. My mama educated me on our tribal rights. So when we come into this reality, it's rules to the game. But don't nobody tell you the rules. You got to learn them by trial and by error. Because the pain and the suffering of the struggle builds the character to be able to endure to the end. Right? So all these